Hello everyone, this is C. I'm here for another video, and this one is for the basic witches tag. I thought it would be a fun video to do. It was made by Earthly Taurus. Shout out to Earthly Taurus. I hope you don't mind that I'm doing this tag. I just thought it would be a little fun to do. So people could know me as well a little bit more. Before I begin, what you see right here before you is like I did last time with my the 15 cosmic questions. I did a little oracle reading, and I did another one too. This time I shuffled my deck, and these are the two cards that came out. These ones, I feel like they're like for two separate groups, two specific messages. So if you take a little bit to read them and see which one resonates with you. I know this one, the contemplation time, resonates with me a lot too. I need to kind of sit and meditate on what it is I'm trying to manifest in my life. But for others, it might be just time for you to, play and have a good time. So whichever one resonates with you the most, just feel free to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But I feel like there's two separate messages for two different types of groups. But with that being said, I'm going to read off the basic witch questions. So starting with number one, favorite crystals, if any. One of my favorite crystals that I use is black tourmaline, and I also like fluorite, black tourmaline, amethyst, and I can't afford it, but celestite. Those would be like my favorite crystals. And angelite. I use angelite as well. Those are my top favorite ones. Number two, do you prefer oracle or tarot? If I had to choose between both of them, I would honestly choose oracle. I feel like oracles are a bit more descriptive. They have more the tarot is a little bit more of I wouldn't say that it's set in stone because everybody has their own interpretations of what it means, but oracles are a little bit more flexible, if that makes sense. Like even with like the oracles that I use, like there's different types that you can use, and each one has different types of meanings. So oracles are a little bit more flexible than the tarot. So I prefer, if I had to choose between it, I prefer oracles. Number three, excuse me. What mystical creatures do you connect with or collect? Mystical creatures, I obviously connect with mermaids. I like the sea. I love nautical and sea life. I wish if I could, I would be a mermaid, or at least a part-time mermaid, and just kind of be more around sea life. Oh, excuse me, my throat is still morning. I'm still kind of waking up. But yeah, I would relate more to mermaids. Anything mystical regarding the sea, I relate to and connect with the most. Number four, favorite animals / spirit animals. Well, my favorite animals are cats. I love cats so much. I love cats. I also like jellyfish. Those would be like my favorite animals primarily. My spirit animal I've come to recently due to dreams and other things I've been reading up on. My spirit animal is the flamingo. The flamingo is an interesting animal, and I didn't think that would be my spirit animal. I thought it would have been something like a lion or a cat or anything, but I've been having dreams about the bird, and reading more descriptions about how the flamingo, how vibrant it is, how lively it is. It's tall, it's weird, and I relate to it. So the flamingo would be my spirit animal. Number five, do you like cards in original boxes, wooden boxes, cloth bags, or wraps? I tend to keep my cards in the original boxes if I can. Um, if I'm not able to, then I'll try to put them in a cloth or something. I try to put them in a cloth bag, or I'll put the cards somewhere like on my altar or somewhere on a table where I can have easy access to it. But I like to try to keep the cards in their original boxes. It's a preference. Number 6. Do you use altar or tarot cloths? I don't. I tried using an altar cloth and that just did not work because number one, I'm clumsy, so I spill a lot of stuff. I spill a lot of stuff. I work with a lot of candles, so I got nervous of the cloth catching fire or something, so I don't use altar cloths. Um, just because of my own clumsiness. Tarot cloths, I haven't really thought about it. I should look into it maybe, but I don't know. I've been kind of used to working with cards on on a tough surface, you know. Sorry, on a hard surface. I prefer that, a hard, clean surface. Um, Number 7, favorite colors. My favorite colors are green, black, navy blue, dark purples, like a royal purple, and those are really my top favorite colors. I especially love greens and dark shades of green. I love green. Green is my favorite color. Number 8. Are you just witchy? Are you witchy and crafty? Are you just crafty? I would like to think that I'm both. The only problem is I don't have time to be crafty, or I don't have the energy to be as crafty as I know I can be. I think I'm both, and the same goes for being, witchy. I just don't have the energy, or I don't really have the kind of time that I want to take and invest in being both. But I like to consider that I'm both in spirit, but physically I'm still working on both of those, if that makes sense. Number 9. Do you love doing crafts? If so, what are some things you like to do? One of the things that I enjoy doing, I like doing a couple of things. I'm researching and learning about apothecary and herbalism. So one of the things I would like to start doing more of is creating bath salts, different types of bath salts using a lot of herbs and oils. I started doing I started doing shower discs, like making shower discs with herbs and oils, but that does take some time. It takes about, for my process, it takes about, in the processes that I've read, it takes about 24 hours, to dry it and to have them dry and everything. And that kind of takes up a lot of some time too, especially since I work in the mornings. I can't get to things the way that I want to get to them. But shower discs are one thing I like to create. I would like to learn more about creating bath salts. Jewelry is another thing that I like making. So this bracelet, I made this. And I make bracelets, stretchy bead bracelets, gemstone bracelets. And I have an announcement to make within about a week or so, regarding that. So if you're watching my videos on the regular, be on the lookout for an announcement. But yes, I make my own jewelry. I make my own bracelets. Yeah. So those are some crafts that I like to do. Number 10. Something you keep running out of in your practice or while doing crafts. I run out of a lot of candles. I go through, especially chime candles, I go through those like I just run through a whole bunch of candles because I work with a lot of fire, um, especially when they're color coordinated. I work with a lot of fire and candle magic, so I run through chime candles like it's nothing. And another thing I run through are incense cones. I like incense cones more than the sticks. So those are the primary two things that I run out of the most, are the chime candles and the incense cones, because I love using, because I use them so much. Um, in my crafts, I run out of beads. I run out of a lot of things that I need to make bracelets pretty quickly. That's annoying, but it's what, you know, it's what happens. Number 11, do you like trying herbal teas or flavored coffee? I'm not the biggest fan of tea, but if it is something that, somebody wants me to try, I'll try it once and see if I like it or not. I prefer coffee over tea. So if I had to answer that question, I would like trying flavored coffees more than herbal teas. Number 12, do you get snow where you're at? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I am from upstate New York, so we tend to get hit. We tend to get the snow. Um, we get snow, yeah. It's it hasn't been as bad as it has been within the last few years. I think about a couple years ago we had a really bad blizzard, but the snow is it gets the snow gets a bit harsh, but yeah, we get snow and it's very pretty. When the snow initially hits the ground before it gets all muddled and muddy and brown soupy and ugh. I don't like how it gets when the mud starts hitting it, but it's beautiful initially when snow falls and you see that first fresh layer. It's beautiful. Um, Excuse my ranting about that. And number 13, name something you collect. Um, at this moment, I don't necessarily collect anything. I guess I am starting my collection of Oracle decks, Oracle and Tarot decks. Those are things that I am collecting right now. And I'm not necessarily a collector in that sense. But yeah, I do have a lot of decks. My collection of decks are starting to increase. Oh, sorry for moving. I'm like sitting in a position where my foot just fell asleep. Where my foot just fell asleep. But I don't necessarily collect anything aside from decks right now, if you want to call that a collection. Um, but that is it for the questions. Like I said, I enjoyed doing this. I know it's a little quicker than the other one, but I enjoy doing it. I hope to do more tags that I find. Um, but yes, that's it for me. That's it for me. But like I said, if you do stay to my channel, I do have an announcement regarding some of the things that I've been making, the bracelets I've been making. But if you're interested, again, in booking anything with me or contacting me, feel free to check out my Instagram or email me for any inquiries. Okay? Thanks again for watching. See you guys soon. Bye.